I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I have been doing a study on Joseph. At the same time, Jacob keeps coming in, and I will conclude that study today. And it's from Genesis chapter 49. Genesis chapter 49. And it's a very intriguing study. If you read from verse 1, then Jacob called for his sons and said, "Gather around so I can tell you what will happen to you in the days to come." Remember, the Lord spoke to Jacob, in laws. Remember, Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Jacob blessed the children of Joseph. There's an Orobo song. You see, we just throw away our traditions and culture because of religion. Me, no. I take the good part of my tradition and my culture, and I use the Bible to explain it. Or sometimes I explain the Bible from that perspective. Àpọ̀ mìíràn, àmárìnrìn àpọ̀rẹ́, ọ̀lẹ́ tìyàngé ló fẹ́, ẹ̀rùn múrọ̀sẹ̀ ọkọ̀ ilé lọ́mọ. Ìmọ̀rù robo rìnrìn àpọ̀ mìíràn, ọ̀lẹ́ tìyàngé ló fẹ́, ẹ̀rùn múrọ̀sẹ̀ ọkọ̀ ilé lọ́mọ. You see, we Urobo people, that we have a good destiny, that a piece of yam grows and expands in the presence of a weevil. It even grows over it. Weevils eat yams. Beetles. They eat yams in my area. But the yam still grows despite the beetle. And it says that the prayer of a father, follows a child. Those were the songs we learned. And before now, we started having Papa. It was our fathers, the ones that gave birth to us, that were our real papas. They had their flaws. When you earn the salary, you give it to him first. He will take from it, then bless you and return it to you. We didn't pay first fruit. We gave to our fathers, and our fathers blessed us. Honor your father and your mother, that it may be well with you and your days may be long. My father was so proud of me. He always spoke good things into my life. Now, so your father can be a source of blessing to you. Try as much as possible to receive this prophetic blessing from your fathers, if you have them alive. Now, you just find a reason for him to bless you. Find a reason for him to pray for you. Find a reason for him to pronounce Beraka on you. I had brothers who misbehaved, and that misbehavior has followed their lineage very far. It's very sad, because once they messed up, they didn't have the opportunity to raise the children well. The children won't raise their other children well. Try as much as possible to be a good child. To be a good child to your parents. Spiritually, try as much as possible not to be a rebel against your spiritual father. My bishop still calls me, still visits me, still relates with me. I called him day before yesterday, and we chatted. I know where he is now. If he's passing this town, he will always tell me that he is passing. In those days, before I go to preach, he must pray for me before I go to preach. So he called them. He said, assemble and listen, sons of Jacob. Listen to your father Israel. Reuben, you are my firstborn. The first, my might, the first sign of my strength, excelling in honor, excelling in power. That excelling can also be interpreted as exceeding. That's the potential. See, but turbulent as the waters, you will no longer excel. For you went unto your father's bed, unto my couch, and defiled it. Oh! Reuben went into his father's bed and slept with his wife. And Jacob heard. And he kept it for so many years until he was about to die. Somebody is watching you. Somebody is keeping a file. Remember that. And the master gave them talents according to their abilities. How did he measure their abilities? He observed them doing small things. Jacob was observing Reuben. He did not say anything. And Boaz said, I know how everybody knows how you have been faithful to your mother-in-law, how you have not run after men in this city. Come and eat with me. Somebody is watching you. You girls on TikTok, I see some yash. You're doing buttocks, yash. I see some, you are shaking your breast, you are dancing. If you don't get married in future, don't call me for prayers. I don't have that time. Some of our young girls in particular, you are acting as a shao. You are calling yourself a shao. There are the ones that are acting stupid roles. What if that boy does not marry you? What happens in future? Old age. Marriage is not everything, but old age can be terrible and frustrating if you don't live your life well when you are young. So I said in one of my videos that calm people seem to do better than turbulent and restless people. Then he's talked about Simeon and Levi are brothers. Their swords are weapons of violence. Let me not enter their council. Let me not join their assembly. For they have killed men in their anger and have strung oxen as they pleased. Cursed is their anger, so fierce, and their fury, so cruel. I will scatter them in Jacob and disperse them in Israel. Remember, their sister Tamar went and met the Shechemites, and she was defiled. And these people planned, deceived the people to circumcise so that their mobility could be reduced, and then slaughtered them. Even though in their anger, they retaliated, but their father noticed it. That they can't gather in one place. They will be too dangerous. So he scattered them all over Israel. This is a generation where cultists kill each other. This is a generation where people kidnap people. This is a generation in Nigeria where the elite use the police, use people of the correctional center. Did you need to handcuff Dele Farotimi to the court? Was he going to fight you? Did you handcuff him from Lagos? You handcuffed him to court to humiliate him. God took record. When your children, when you start seeing tribulation and terrible things in your lineage, you won't understand. You played a role. When you take gun and shoot at protesters, you shoot tear gas at protesters, you arrest them, you carry people's children to prison, then bring them to court. You suffer them. God is taking notice. He's taking notice. I'm talking to you because I have seen this play out in the lives of many people. You went to university, your own is to go shoot people, traumatize females. No, 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 no. Their anger. Judah, your brothers will praise you. Your hand will be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons will bow down to you. You are a lion's cub. O Judah, you return from the prey, my son. Like a lion, he crouches and lies down like a lioness. Who dares to rouse him? The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet. So Jesus is the lion of the tribe of Judah instead of the tribe of Reuben, because Reuben was turbulent, went and took what belonged to the father that the father did not give to him. If he waited a little bit, he would have inherited that wife. And what is in the wife that your father slept with? That was the same mistake Adonijah made. He wanted the wife of King David. And once you want the wife, you want the throne. And Solomon had him executed. There are things that do not belong to you. There are things that belong to the senior pastor. They are his rights and privileges. Many of those who broke away and caused problems in denominations that did not live peacefully, many of them over the years I've studied them. You can just think about them. Many of them have ended badly, particularly when they caused problems. Thank God for those who were sent off by the leadership, prayed for by the leadership. They were very wise. If they excel in any way, if the house of house of Saul starts decreasing and the house of David starts increasing, it is natural and biblical. Especially when you start fighting somebody you have blessed that left you. Now, that was Judah. May what is yours not be lost because you took what is not yours. Oh, and the blessings went on and went on and went on. And then Jacob took Joseph and split him into two tribes because Levi, with his anger, and his brother Simeon will be dispersed around Israel. Joseph, that had run away from evil right from the age of 17, when he brought a bad report concerning his brothers, when he refused to sleep with Potiphar's wife. I could have opened a church in Aba and people would have drifted to me from Church of God Mission. I could have done many things. If I preach in a church, I hardly ever relate with their members. I don't have their phone numbers, except in very rare circumstances. But you finish preaching in a church, you are calling the members behind, you are prophesying for them, you are doing this, you are doing that. Most of you don't end up well. You are walking in a place and you are cornering things. I know people who I have brought to teach in my school. Instead of teaching and doing well, they want to corner things, corner. I know the one that stole my money from my bookshop. And I called her. You're a member of Assemblies of God Church. She said, yes. That's a denomination we respect. Did you take my money? She said, no. I opened a passage in the Bible and we read. And I said, I don't know if you took my money. You said you did not take. This is the word of God. Let it be a judge between two of us. She ended up very badly. And everything she used my money for ended up very badly. I will not knowingly defraud another man. I will not knowingly take another person's opportunity. I don't sleep with evil in my heart. I'm not the best of human beings. I can be intellectually aggressive, very aggressive, and intellectual militant. But I'm not a bandit. I don't take what does not belong to me. I don't take. And you don't take my own. Somebody came to my land in Umoba Road, wanted to take it by force. I say, here, no, you don't do it. I'm an honorable man here, but you don't do it. And my Igbo brethren rallied around me. That's what I love the Igbos for. Rallied around me, pushed him away. But he's nowhere today. He's not even alive. Lost everything. So be careful. Try as much as possible to receive as much blessings as possible from those who are over you, who you work with. Try to put in your best. Try to be the best. And you see, if parents can write wills, many children will be sidelined. And the issue of Reuben, Judah, and Joseph should be instructive to us parents. Don't leave an inheritance in the hands of a restless, turbulent Reuben as a firstborn, if it's your firstborn. If there is a girl child who is more competent and reliable with integrity, let her head the company. If there is a son, even if he's younger, that is more competent, let him run the company. Let him run the legacy. And let him take care of the eldest one. Give him his needs. Go and Google Ladol, Ladol group of companies in Lagos. It's a multi-billion naira company. It's headed by a girl. Go and Google Sabanci Foundation in Turkey. Sabanci is Sabanc with that kind of thing. Sabanci Foundation. They pay 5% of the annual tax of Turkey. Turkey is among the 20 richest nations on earth. That foundation is headed by a woman in an Islamic country. Islamic country. All over the world, there are places where competent women are managing the trust, the legacies of their families. Somebody is watching you. Try to be the best child you can be. And you can write a will. Write a will. Don't let your legacy be wasted. I am Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up on the 10th and on the 11th of this month, January 2025, hitting the ground running financially. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. The admin will send you the flyer and we'll have properties for sale. Send to that same number, +234 80 21 21 92 62. God bless you.